In the history of space exploration, few moments capture the imagination and spark as much intrigue as the revelation of unexpected and unexplained phenomena. One such moment occurred when an astronaut shared a mysterious photograph that appeared to show a massive ship inside a crater on the moon. This photograph, which quickly became the subject of intense speculation and debate, raises profound questions about the nature of our lunar neighbor and the potential for extraterrestrial activity. The photograph in question was taken during one of the numerous missions to the moon, though the exact mission remains a closely guarded secret, adding to the mystery. The image shows a large, shadowy object nestled within the confines of a lunar crater, its angular lines and distinct features standing in stark contrast to the natural surroundings. The object, which some have described as resembling a spacecraft, appears to be partially buried in lunar dust and debris, suggesting that it has been there for a considerable period. On the other hand, because of the large quantity of images that have been taken from spacecraft, a number of amateur researchers have spent endless hours searching through these photographs in the hope of discovering something peculiar, and these researchers have said that this isn't the first time that strange objects have been found. This image was taken by the Apollo 15 spacecraft, and those who have made measurements have said that the object in question measures over 6 miles long. Other amateur researchers have come forward in recent years and claim to have discovered objects that appear to be similar to those found in old photographs. They assert that this demonstrates that there is more going on than what we are being told about, and in some instances, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration is even editing out these images in the hope that we will not see them. Researchers who are just starting out claim that they do this because they believe that if the bulk of the populace were to learn about these things, they would immediately become extremely anxious. Over the past few years, NASA has come forward to assert that these assertions cannot be substantiated, and that they have never attempted to conceal irregularities in their images through the use of image editing software or airbrushing. According to amateur researchers, if you spend enough time looking for them, you will eventually find them on your own. Despite the fact that scientists have stated that it is their responsibility to unearth discoveries of this nature and to assist in advancing our knowledge, they have never discovered anything that is of interest or that cannot be explained in all of the years that they have spent performing their research. There are also substantial implications for future space exploration and the quest for life beyond Earth that are associated with the potential of an extraterrestrial presence on the moon. If this were to occur, it would cause a re-evaluation of the current goals and tactics for lunar exploration, which may potentially lead to increased attempts to investigate and map the surface of the moon by providing more specific information. Furthermore, it would stimulate interest in conducting similar research on other celestial planets, such as Mars and the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, for the purpose of discovering evidence of extraterrestrial activity that may have occurred in the past or may be occurring at the present time. Even while the snapshot has caused a lot of excitement and speculation, there are still a lot of questions that have not been answered. The precise nature of the object that was found in the crater, as well as its origin, continue to be shrouded in mystery, and there is no conclusive evidence to either confirm or disprove the numerous ideas. Further suspicion and conspiracy theories have been fostered by the fact that the mission and the identity of the astronaut have been kept secret. Some people have suggested that the photograph is a part of a broader cover-up of extraterrestrial activity. As of right now, the strange photograph that was provided by an astronaut and showed a massive ship inside of a crater on the moon has captivated the imagination and caused significant debate. However, proponents of the alien theory point to the object's distinct features and symmetrical shape as proof of an artificial origin. Skeptics believe that the image is just our eyes playing tricks on us, while proponents of the hypothesis point to the object's symmetrical shape. This snapshot raises significant issues regarding the potential for extraterrestrial activity on the moon, as well as the future of space exploration. These questions are raised regardless of the true nature of the item described in the photograph. The mysteries of the lunar surface serve as a reminder that we are still at the beginning of our journey to understand the universe and our place within it. This is something that we are reminded of as we continue to explore the infinite universe. Mysterious object seen during NASA's 1960 Mercury mission. In the early 1960s, The dawn of the space age heralded unprecedented advancements in human exploration beyond our planet. As the United States and the Soviet Union vied for dominance in space, NASA's Mercury missions became the first American forays into this new frontier. Among these groundbreaking missions, the 1960 Mercury mission stood out not just for its technical achievements, but also for the extraordinary and controversial reports of unidentified flying objects seen during the mission. These sightings have fueled decades of speculation, debate, and fascination, suggesting that humanity may not be alone in the cosmos. An image from NASA's Mercury mission, dating back over 60 years, has reignited speculation about UFO sightings and suspicions of extraterrestrial planes. An amateur researcher alleges to have discovered something peculiar in the picture, which was published on NASA's official website. The photographs were captured by the unmanned NASA spacecraft during the Project Mercury mission, which began in 1958 and concluded in 1963. According to the person who discovered the image, the unidentified object in the background is purportedly an extraterrestrial spacecraft that was hovering in orbit to observe the Mercury capsule. The researcher, who claimed to have dedicated much time examining NASA albums, announced the discovery of a disk in certain photographs from the Mercury mission. Initial reports of anomalous sightings were relayed by terrestrial radar operators who saw unidentified objects exhibiting extraordinary velocities in close proximity to the flight path of the Mercury spacecraft. These objects had flying patterns and velocities that were beyond the capability of any known aircraft created by humans at that time. Following the initial excitement and bewilderment, these radar blips were promptly confirmed by visual sightings from both mission control officers and astronomers who had been monitoring the spacecraft's trajectory. Inside the spaceship, the telemetry data captured a sequence of abnormal signals. External monitoring instruments detected inexplicable variations in radiation levels and electromagnetic interference. In addition, the cameras on board recorded brief photos of unidentifiable objects, distinguished by their unique forms and swift motions. Despite their hazy and blurred quality, these photographs depicted unidentified saucer-like structures and cylindrical forms that did not correspond to any recognized space junk or man-made satellites. A particularly convincing piece of evidence was obtained during the post-mission debriefing of the mission's controllers and scientists. Multiple essential individuals witnessed luminous objects that seemed to follow closely behind the Mercury spacecraft during its mission. The objects, characterized by their emission of a pulsating light, appeared to navigate with discernment and intention, consistently maintaining a fixed distance from the capsule. The observations were sufficiently clear and reliable to justify an internal examination conducted by NASA. NASA's official explanation at the time indicated that the sightings were probably attributable to optical illusions, reflections, or space debris. Nevertheless, this explanation failed to alleviate the increasing conjecture and fascination around the tragedy. Doubters contended that the abundance and uniformity of the observations, along with the supporting radar and telemetry information, indicated something much more remarkable than mere misidentifications. The object outside the International Space Station. Back in 2017, a huge object was caught outside of the International Space Station. This extraordinary incident, witnessed by thousands of people around the world via the space station's live stream, offers a compelling case for the existence of extraterrestrial technology. On a seemingly ordinary day, as the space station orbited Earth, the station's live feed, which regularly broadcasts stunning views of our planet, unexpectedly captured something unprecedented. Viewers noticed a colossal, disc-shaped object hovering near the space station. Unlike the usual space debris or meteors that occasionally appear, this object was distinct, with a structured and symmetrical form, suggesting an artificial origin. The sighting lasted for several minutes before the object slowly moved out of the camera's field of view, disappearing into the vastness of space. The immediate reaction from the global audience was a mixture of awe, excitement, and skepticism. Social media platforms buzzed with discussions as amateur astronomers and UFO enthusiasts meticulously analyzed the footage. Many pointed out the object's size, estimated to be several hundred meters in diameter, and its smooth metallic surface, which reflected the sunlight in a way that natural celestial bodies do not. The sheer scale and appearance of the object led many to conclude that it was not a piece of human-made space junk, but something far more extraordinary. While some attempted to provide conventional explanations, such as an unusual reflection of light or a misidentified satellite, these theories fell short of addressing the object's distinct characteristics. The structured symmetry and deliberate movement of the UFO suggested an advanced level of engineering far beyond current human capabilities. Moreover, the context of the sighting added to its credibility. The International Space Station is equipped with some of the most advanced surveillance and observational technology available, designed to capture high-resolution images and videos of space. The live feed is monitored by a team of experts who are trained to recognize and identify various objects and phenomena in space. The fact that this object appeared so clearly and was captured in such detail by the space station cameras indicates that it was not a simple optical illusion or camera malfunction. This sighting also brings to mind the numerous historical accounts of UFOs reported by astronauts and cosmonauts. From the early days of space exploration, there have been numerous reports of strange objects observed during missions. For example, NASA astronauts such as Gordon Cooper and Edgar Mitchell have publicly spoken about their experiences with UFOs, lending further credibility to the possibility of extraterrestrial encounters. The recent sighting can be seen as part of this continuum of unexplained phenomena in space. The implications of this sighting are profound and far-reaching. If the object captured by the space station's live camera is indeed an extraterrestrial spacecraft, it would suggest that advanced civilizations exist beyond Earth and possess the technology to traverse the vast distances of space. This realization would fundamentally alter our understanding of the universe and our place within it. It would prompt a re-evaluation of our scientific theories and technological aspirations as we strive to comprehend and possibly replicate such advanced engineering. Furthermore, the sighting raises important questions about the intentions and motivations of these potential extraterrestrial visitors. Are they merely observing us, or do they have a more active interest in humanity and our development? The presence of such a large and advanced spacecraft near the space stations suggests a level of curiosity and perhaps even concern for our activities in space. It underscores the need for greater transparency and cooperation among global space agencies in sharing information and resources to understand these phenomena. In response to the sighting, there have been calls for a thorough investigation by an international coalition of space agencies, scientists, and researchers. This collaborative approach would help ensure that the analysis is comprehensive and unbiased, leveraging the expertise and technology of multiple countries to uncover the truth behind the sighting. Additionally, it would foster a spirit of global unity and shared purpose in addressing one of the most significant questions of our time. Are we alone in the universe? The mysterious UFO searchlight encounter. The recurring observations of a circular disc-shaped entity in the vicinity of Norwood, situated near Cincinnati in Ohio, have often been overshadowed by more popularized incidents of that period. Nonetheless, this particular occurrence stands out as notably captivating among the less remembered instances. The mysterious presence of the circular object has perplexed locals and experts alike, hinting at a deeper mystery that has puzzled investigators for years. This peculiar entity was observed multiple times over an extended period spanning several months. Moreover, these sightings frequently triggered a surge of incoming calls to the editorial departments of renowned newspapers like the Cincinnati Post and the Cincinnati Enquirer, with eager and anxious locals reaching out to report their encounters. The phenomenon captured the attention of the community and sparked widespread discussions, fueling both fascination and apprehension among the residents. The mysterious nature of the object led to heightened curiosity and a flurry of speculative theories circulating within the populace. During the sightings, an intriguing detail surfaced as one witness vividly remembered observing triangular-shaped objects emerging from the vast, circular crafts. This observation is particularly noteworthy as triangular objects were not as commonly reported back then compared to their prevalence in contemporary accounts. The emergence of these distinct triangular shapes added a new dimension to the already mysterious phenomenon, sparking curiosity among researchers and enthusiasts alike. Numerous sightings of these phenomena were documented through photographs and, in some cases, video recordings, capturing the attention of a multitude of onlookers. This diverse group of witnesses hailed from various segments of society, including everyday individuals, law enforcement personnel, military personnel, religious figures such as clergy and congregation members, and numerous representatives from the media outlets. The sightings garnered immense public interest and sparked curiosity across different societal spheres. This broad spectrum of observers highlights the widespread nature of these peculiar occurrences and underlines the significant impact they had on society as a whole. On the evening of the 19th of August 1949 in Norwood, located near Cincinnati, Ohio, a series of events unfolded. Reverend Gregory Miller, serving as the pastor of St. Peter and Paul Church, was deeply engrossed in supervising the Jitney Carnival being held on the church premises. Interestingly, he had made preparations for the acquisition of a searchlight with military attributes for the event. During the carnival festivities, just past 8 in the evening, Sergeant Donald Berger from the University of Cincinnati was in charge of the searchlight, scanning the sky. Abruptly, the beam illuminated a distinct, circular object suspended above. As Berger maintained the focus of the searchlight on the object, numerous carnival attendees also observed the peculiar spacecraft hovering in the air. The incident stirred curiosity and intrigue among the crowd as they gazed at the unidentified object under the vigilant eye of Sergeant Berger and pondered the possible origins and nature of the strange craft. Local media outlets covered the occurrence extensively in their publications the subsequent day. According to the Cincinnati Post, there were peculiar sightings described as balls of fire hovering above Cincinnati throughout the night. An official from the Weather Bureau, who personally witnessed the event, noted that these unidentified objects bore resemblance to weather balloons, with the notable difference being their complete stillness, despite the considerable wind conditions that prevailed that evening. Furthermore, these mysterious objects exhibited a unique behavior of intermittently brightening and dimming over multiple cycles, adding to the intrigue of the situation. The detailed reports in the newspapers painted a vivid picture of the unusual phenomenon that captured the attention and curiosity of the local population. The initial observation marked the commencement of a series of sightings that continued to transpire throughout the subsequent weeks. Just prior, at approximately 7 in the evening, an unusual event unfolded at the St. Gertrude Church in Madeira. A peculiar entity was observed traversing the skies at an elevation ranging between 15,000 to 20,000 feet. Within moments, the mysterious object abruptly ascended vertically, vanishing into the heavens as though it had been swiftly pulled by an imperceptible force. Subsequently, it reappeared at a significantly greater altitude before disappearing once more shortly thereafter. The perplexing nature of the sighting left witnesses intrigued and bewildered, pondering the mysterious occurrence that transpired that evening. This occurrence, witnessed by onlookers, raised questions and sparked curiosity about the unexplained phenomena that occasionally captivate our attention. 6 nights later, at approximately 7 in the evening, another similar incident occurred in Milford, Ohio, where an object closely resembling the previous sighting was observed during a searchlight test. As the beam of light traversed the sky, it illuminated a white, circular object that seemed to be stationary above. Intriguingly, when the searchlight was turned off momentarily, the mysterious object vanished from sight, suggesting it was only visible under specific conditions. Subsequently, the object swiftly departed the scene, leaving observers pondering over its strange nature and abrupt disappearance. This occurrence added another perplexing layer to the series of events, deepening the mystery surrounding the unidentified flying object sightings in the area. On the eventful evening of October 23rd, an exceptionally detailed and captivating sighting unfolded once again at the St. Peter and Paul Church in Norwood. Reverend Miller found himself in the company of a diverse group of individuals, among them the esteemed managing editor of the Cincinnati Post, Robert Lynn, accompanied by the presence of a dedicated Post reporter, Leo Hurt, and accomplished businessman, William Winkler. The scene was imbued with a sense of curiosity and intrigue as these notable figures bore witness to an event that would etch itself into their memories. The unidentified object made its initial appearance at approximately 7 in the evening and remained consistently visible thereafter. Miller reported the sighting to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, where an intelligence officer meticulously recorded all relevant details and information about the incident. The sighting of this object prompted swift action, and thorough documentation by the military personnel involved. At approximately 10 in the evening, the observation of unidentified flying objects became increasingly intriguing. Onlookers were astonished as multiple triangular-shaped entities emerged from a larger disc-shaped craft. These entities seemed to depart the main object by traversing a peculiar beam before veering off its course. One observer vividly likened these peculiar objects to the pointed tip of an arrowhead. The event unfolded with an air of mystique and bewilderment, capturing the attention and curiosity of those present. During an extensive period lasting approximately 30 minutes, they persistently circled the sky before eventually, it is assumed, rejoining the primary entity. More than 50 individuals were present during the occurrences that night. Despite the abundance of witnesses and the profoundly peculiar circumstances surrounding the incident, not everyone was easily persuaded that something out of the ordinary had occurred. The skepticism persisted, even in the face of overwhelming evidence. In an article featured in the Cincinnati Post, Dr. Wells, an esteemed physics professor at the University of Cincinnati, boldly refuted the extraordinary claims by attributing the sighting to a mere optical illusion. This revelation shed a new light on the mysterious event, introducing a scientific rationale that challenged the prevailing belief in the supernatural. Leo Hertel, a columnist for the Cincinnati Post, made astonishing assertions claiming that the seemingly small objects observed by people were simply geese. In response, Miller vehemently argued that geese seldom possess taillights. This conversation between Hertel and Miller sparked a debate regarding the nature of these mysterious objects. Intriguingly, while a significant number of individuals present during the unfolding of the sighting remained skeptical, there were subsequent sightings that added to the mystery. Notably, on the evening following the initial event, another sighting occurred at the same spot. Among the witnesses, Ed Tepe, the mayor of Norwood, provided a detailed account, emphasizing that the object in question appeared substantial and even mentioned the presence of ridges on its surface. This series of events not only raised doubts among some observers, but also sparked curiosity and speculation within the community. Tepe's clear description of the object being perceived as a tangible entity with distinct features added layers of complexity to the unfolding narrative, prompting further discussion and analysis. On the evening of the 19th of November, in Norwood, Miller found himself once again gazing up at the vast expanse of the sky, diligently scanning with the searchlight. It was a little past 7 in the evening when his eyes locked onto the familiar circular object hovering above. Intriguingly, after a brief period, the object abruptly vanished as though someone had flicked a switch, leaving Miller and the other witnesses bewildered. To their surprise, within a minute or so, the mysterious object reappeared, this time positioned significantly higher in the sky, defying logic. Astonishingly, it lingered in its new location for several hours, a spectacle that captivated all those present, including the notable William Winkler, solidifying the mysterious nature of the sighting. On the evening of December 20th, approximately a month later, another observation took place in Norwood. It was slightly past 8 when Miller activated the searchlight and promptly aimed it at the stationary aircraft in the sky. Initially, the object seemed quite distant, but as the night progressed, it gradually grew larger in the sky before vanishing a little past 10. This event sparked intrigue and speculation as witnesses pondered the nature of the mysterious craft and its sudden appearance. As the searchlight illuminated the surrounding area, revealing intricate details of the hovering object, onlookers couldn't help but marvel at the surreal sight unfolding before them. The sighting of the unidentified flying object left a lasting impression on those present, prompting discussions and theories about the possible origins or purposes of the mysterious aerial phenomenon. In the initial weeks of 1950, another sighting was reported in Norwood on the night of January 11th. Once again, Miller activated the searchlight at 7:30 and commenced scanning the skies. However, it took him about 15 minutes to spot the familiar object hovering above. It remained clearly visible for an additional 15 minutes before slightly dimming, though still observable. Adding to the intrigue, throughout the evening, multiple observers witnessed what they described as smaller objects moving across the sky, especially as they intersected with the searchlight's beam. This series of events raised curiosity and speculation about the nature and origin of these aerial phenomena. The reports from that night triggered discussions and further investigations into the mysterious sightings that captured the attention of both local residents and experts in the field. The sequence of events on that particular evening sparked a flurry of theories and conjectures, leading to a deeper exploration of the phenomenon and its possible implications. Following a period of calm, there was a resurgence of UFO sightings after several weeks, when a new incident was documented in Norwood at approximately 8 in the evening on March 9th. The observer, Miller, quickly identified an unidentified object as he scanned the skies with a searchlight. This object remained stationary for about 45 minutes before two smaller objects emerged directly from it. As these smaller crafts detached, the main disc-shaped craft seemed to move away momentarily, but later returned to its original position, lingering in the sky until around 10 in the evening. Interestingly, none of the witnesses mentioned seeing the two smaller objects reappear, adding a mysterious element to the sighting. This event not only intrigued the witnesses, but also left them baffled by the strange, unexplained phenomenon that played out before their eyes, deepening the mystery surrounding the unidentified aerial craft encounter in Norwood. Upon the subsequent evening, Miller managed to capture sight of the unidentified object yet again, this time occurring at approximately 7 in the evening. Strangely, it maintained a stationary position, suspended in the air without any movement, for approximately 45 minutes before gradually drifting away from the illuminated area and eventually vanishing. Surprisingly, the object re-emerged after 30 minutes had elapsed, appearing in precisely the same location where it was first observed. Curiously, it stayed in that same spot until around 11 in the evening, without exhibiting any discernible changes or actions throughout this period. In the vicinity of Norwood, the latest documented observation marked the conclusion of a series of reports. The nature of the entity under scrutiny continues to baffle observers, maintaining its status as a mystery.